Short video today, but I wanted to talk about something I'm really excited about that I've seen a lot of people complaining about already, which is that Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid is coming to Fortnite. This has been confirmed. It's actually been shown. It's one of those things where people are going to have to wait for it, but it's about 50 days out. I've seen a lot of people complaining already about his design, which is one of the main things I wanted to talk about, but I also wanted to talk about why I'm excited for this as a fan of Metal Gear Solid and somebody who casually enjoys Fortnite as a game. And also kind of some ideas for things I'd like to see in the future if this collaboration goes well, which pretty much just means if people are willing to actually try and unlock the character and enjoy it. So before we hop into it further, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed today's video. Like I said, I'm going to try and be a little quicker, but I do have a new poll up on my community tab on this channel, which I'd be interested in getting your feedback on. So far, only about 1.7 thousand people have answered. That's a lot, but not enough to really gauge what the audience thinks. So I hope you'll check that out. So I did record some in-game footage of this, of what we can see so far, but some of the pictures I'm getting have been released officially online, and I'm grabbing some of them from Metal Gear Network's Twitter, which Leo from Metal Gear Network, very nice guy, I've talked to him before, very great source for all things Metal Gear. And I just kind of wanted to talk about what we see so far because there are a couple of variants of Solid Snake. There's going to be a couple of different items that come with Solid Snake. One of them is Metal Gear Mark II, which fans of Metal Gear Solid 4 are going to remember is actually Otacon's way of communicating with Snake. And also it is a fun little friend that you can play as every, chance you want to, where you can actually go around, shock some people, have a little fun. It's just kind of cute, it's fun, and I like that it's here. There's a tactical knife, a Raging Raven glider, and of course a weapon wrap that is Metal Gear Solid themed. There is also a variant of this skin where Snake is wearing his goggles, so this is a fun little thing to see as well. It's just kind of a fun little difference, and of course you can tell that these skins are based off of Metal Gear Solid 2. And finally, probably one of the things I'm most excited about, because we really never get representation of this version of the character, is seeing old Snake here from MGS4. As one of the biggest MGS4 fans out there that I've ever met myself, because a lot of people just kind of complain about the game having too many cutscenes, I adore that game. I love the story, and I loved Old Snake, so I'm really glad to be able to see that version of the character actually pop up in something official. And frankly, I think they did a very good job with that skin, with his actual tactical octo camo suit, and of course, as well, his vest. Now, the controversy around this skin doesn't really come from people being upset that Snake is included, although the more Metal Gear Solid comes up in conversation, the more people kind of rear their heads about the whole Hideo Kojima situation and Konami, which I understand is still frustrating for people. I'm not dismissing that. So that does come up when this is discussed online. But the big point of contention I've seen with some people, especially on Twitter, is that Solid Snake has too much facial hair. Now, this is something I don't really understand. It's something people are genuinely upset about. Like, this is not one of those things where people say, Jay, you're making too big of a deal out of it. Jay, nobody said that. There are a lot of people actually saying, like, hey, this doesn't look like Snake. This is dumb. This looks like some totally different guy. How could he have facial hair? And I don't really understand it because Snake does have facial hair in a lot of his video game appearances. This is very clearly closest to the Metal Gear Solid 2 version of the character. But yes, I understand that he has a little bit more of like a 5 o'clock shadow type thing going on in the facial hair of that game. Obviously, while playing as Raiden in the big shell, there is the whole Easter egg fun little thing where you can actually give him a razor and he will shave that off. Next time you see him, he's clean shaven. But my point is, it is of course confirmed that facial hair does exist in the universe of Metal Gear Solid. It is something that can grow or be shaved. So for Snake to have a little bit of extra facial hair in this appearance, I don't really see the problem here. I mean, this is very obviously Fortnite's take on the character, right? It's very obviously just a little different. It's got a little bit of their twist on it, a little bit of their spin. It's their graphics, it's their style. I mean, of course, Solid Snake is not going to look like a one-to-one realistic representation of what he looked like in Metal Gear 1 or Metal Gear 2 or Metal Gear Solid 1 or 2 or anything. Same with Old Snake from Metal Gear Solid 4. I think he looks great, but he's not going to look exactly like what he looked like in Metal Gear Solid 4. Why? Because this is not Metal Gear Solid 4. If there were massive glaring changes here, like let's say they shaved his head and maybe he was missing his nose Voldemort style and he had red eyes and like big huge vampire fangs. Okay, now we have a discussion because this is completely inaccurate to the character, right? It's just not even the same person. But I actually think this looks really good. I feel like this is such a nitpicky argument. I respect much more the people who are having a conversation about, oh, is Konami just cashing in on Metal Gear and licensing it out to different brands? And, that's a conversation. That's a legitimate conversation. That's a question. But when we're getting into Solid Snake's beard is too small, I don't really think this is really something that we should be focusing on. I think the biggest meme I've seen from this that's really funny is that his ass is still a bit flattened from its appearance in Metal Gear Solid 2 and, of course, in the original Super Smash Bros. Brawl. So that's certainly a point of contention. Like, if you want to have an upset fit, I think that's where it should be directed, because what happened? Dude used to be double cheeked up on a Thursday afternoon, hella ass, but now we're just seeing nothing there. But I do think it's really fun that they actually show him pop out of a box in the trailer. They're clearly having fun with it, and I am really hoping that there's going to be more in the future. As kind of a final thought, there are definitely other snakes that you could do appearances off of. Now, there are a few I could throw out there that I don't expect at all, like either of the snakes from Metal Gear Acid. Not something I really expect. It's pretty niche. Not even a lot of Metal Gear Solid fans have played those games compared to Solid as a title. But I do think there's a lot of things you could do with something like Venom Snake, or Big Boss, or Iroquois Pliskin, just by changing the face somewhat, by changing the outfit. This is something you could very easily do, and it's something that they showed that they did with the old Snake skin. They're willing to actually change this outfit and the face to do a different variant completely. So I think whether it's a different skin or a different variant of this skin added in later, I'd love to see Pliskin, I'd love to see Venom Snake, I'd love to see maybe a version of the PS1 Snake from Metal Gear Solid 1 where he's all blocky and he doesn't really have very many facial features because it was a PS1 game. There's a lot of stuff you could do there. Naked Snake from MGS3, of course, normal Big Boss, Ground Zeroes. There is a lot of differences that you could do with this character that I would love to see in the future. And honestly, I'm fine with something like this. I'm fine with Snake, who is an established, iconic character who has a very storied past in gaming, and frankly, he's just a gaming icon at this point, getting an actual representation of his character in a big game like Fortnite. Yes, I understand Fortnite is not for everyone, not here to make the argument that it is, but I just think this is meant to be fun. That's kind of why I wanted to talk about it for a few minutes, because to me, this is really fun. It's something I'm really looking forward to, and I actually would really, really, really like to make another video on this when it actually comes out and play as this version of the character in Fortnite for a little while, have some fun, maybe make a video like my Batman one where I played as Batman in Fortnite. People seem to like that. So let me know if you'd like to see that in the comments down below. If you have any other thoughts, I love to hear them. I'm excited. Fortnite's supposed to just kind of be a fun thing. I don't really think it's quite as deep as everyone makes it. And sometimes in life, that's okay. It's okay to just have some fun. And seeing Snake in Fortnite, I just think it's fun. So let me know what you think down there. If you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Like I said, there is a poll over on my community tab that I'm very interested in your feedback on. I like to communicate with you guys over there. Also, if you're here to this point, that probably means you are either a really cool person who likes listening to my videos or watching them, or maybe you fell asleep. So I'm going to affect your subconscious in your sleep by telling you this as well. Over on my Discord, we have been giving away a lot of different Steam games, stuff like that, just some giveaways to give back to our community. That Discord is a place that we love to hang out, where fans of all kinds of different franchises hang out and talk to each other, and maybe people who enjoy the channel, I hope, hang out and talk to each other, because that's kind of the point. And also, you are able to actually get notifications for my videos, because Discord sends them out to you. If you have Discord on a phone, they'll send it there. If you have it on your computer, they'll send it there. So it's a great way to keep in touch, see when I actually upload, because YouTube does not show a lot of stuff to a lot of my subs. So I appreciate you checking that out as well. Have a fantastic day, and as always, everyone, stay shui.